Hey, I have spent the past 3 years of my life getting a Counter-Strike knife glove combo from basically nothing. Was it slow, agonizing, and sometimes just straight up mental torture? Yes! Was it worth it?
Absolutely not!
So join me on this journey where I show you the ups and downs, the nooks and crannies of what it takes to get a totally free knife and glove combo in Counter-Strike 2. And answer the age-old question, wouldn't it have been easier getting a job?
Yes, Sam. Not now, Mom.
Well, let's find out. Our story begins at the start of 2023, back when skin prices were affordable. People were scamming with crypto instead of AI, and we didn't know what Falcons was, aka the good times. During these times I've opened just a couple of cases in hopes of getting a knife, and because of that my bank account was drier than the Saharan desert after looking at the case prices. But exactly in desperate times like these, the greatest ideas come to see the light of day, because an average CSGO menu enjoyer would look at the case prices and think that, oh man, the hobby is getting more expensive. Meanwhile I'm sitting here thinking, damn, if I collect case drops as a full-time job, I might be able to rival the hourly income of the local homeless population, who get by with asking for spare change and running an illegal market for sharpened bicycle spokes. Man, I'm stupid. Anyway, after crunching the numbers and deciphering a game plan, I came to the conclusion that I had to grind weekly drops for about 50 weeks on 3 separate accounts just to get the shittiest knife the world has ever seen. So I did just that, but for 1.5 years due to price fluctuation. And in October of 2024, I have bought a Shadow Dagger's Brightwater Valve 1 from the Steam market for €100. But as I was finally free from my burden of grinding cases, I did not feel a sense of satisfaction. My mind was not at ease. I couldn't help but wonder, what if I could have done it better? Just 2 weeks after finishing my grind and posting the video, 3 months later, Valve decided to add the best way to farm money in Counter-Strike 2, the Most of you watching probably know how this thing works, but for the lucky few who do not, let me explain. The Armory was Valve's biggest Gambling 2.0 update, and the best way to describe it would be an arcade. You basically walk over to Daddy Valve, slap your hard-earned cash down at the counter faster than a Viet Smith special, and get the luxury of earning arcade tickets, or stars in this case. And once you played, no, part of that, grinded your soul out, because getting these stars takes a lot of playtime, but more on that later, you can whittle your way over to the shop just like a toddler who got $5 from mama to spend it all in the candy shop, with the only minor difference being that the candy shop in this case is a glorified casino. But here comes the twist. Turns out people don't like playing the game. Shocking, I know. And this creates this wonderful gambling house where the more you play, the more likely it is that you end up in profit. I know what you think. It is too good to be true. And it is, for the same reason I described above. Because in order to get the chance to roll the dice, we have to do something that no CS streamer has done before. Play the minigame called Premiere. I know most CS2 players have never heard of this mode, so allow me to do some due diligence, aka Premiere 101 with Lens. For starters, a Premiere match in its bare bones is a social experiment conducted by Valve to assess the human mind and initiate such levels of mental torment that no soul would ever want to leave the main menu ever again. You know, because that's where all the slot machines are. But hypothetically, let's say you accepted a match and now you are eagerly loading into your 7th Miramar. Well, what should you do? First of all, analyze the finest stat details of every single enemy, so you can already say for certain that you will get cheated on, meaning there will be no incentive to try to play the game as early as round 1, meaning you can spend the rest of the rounds creating new long-lasting friendships, or more like rivalries, in the form of your own teammates, because the moment you miss an easy shot in the back, the whole lobby would turn into a comedy drama so profound that compared to it, a Family Guy episode would look like a Toyota Corolla driving down the 24-hour Le Mans. Because there is no better time to play Vivaldi's Four Seasons on the neuron web of your own teammate than when he's in a 1v2 clutch and you are already down 7-1. Okay, scrap that, there is a better time, right before the match even started. Because if no one in your spawn is eating negative bullets by the dozens being set on fire, nor actively deciphering a 100-year gypsy curse on another just because you had the audacity to ban a Mirage and us too, then you are doing something wrong.
J'aime balader aux Champs-Élysées, j'ai dit j'aime balader aux Champs-Élysées. Imbécile, je dirais même que t'es con, j'ai envie.
You would think at this point that I'm joking or maybe over-exaggerating some aspects of it, but no, all of the above happened in the first 1 week of me playing solo Premiere.
Oh, you see why? When he says something, you need to listen to him.
so that's the reason why I spent most of this challenge playing with a group of friends as a 5-stack. But I know a sizable chunk of you who are watching probably don't have friends, to which I say, tough luck. Anyway, now that I hopefully portrayed the average premiere experience and gave an explanation for why my therapist bill costs more than €500 a minute, I have to invite all of you for a little giveaway for having to hear all of this. In about 2 months from now, the CS2 Major will take place in my home country, and for that I have a special kind of project in mind. I will be attending the Budapest Major finals and semi-finals with a group of friends, and you can hunt me down. The first person to come up to me and show that he's subscribed to the YouTube channel can win a Bowie knife freehand. But Liz, how should we know who to go up to? You never revealed your face. Well, you're right, only if there was a way to solve this problem. Remember, December 13-14, Budapest Major, semi-finals and finals. Hunt me down and take home this cool looking knife. Okay, now that we established how you can get a free knife, let's go back to my horrible attempt of getting one as well. We start our journey in October of 2024, because that's when the last video ended. I have just acquired this knife, which I would like to upgrade into something else, hopefully a good looking knife and glove combo, but it felt a bit cheaty to start this video from close to €100 on Steam, so we will start from nothing again. But we will use the value of this knife at the end of the video for our final combo. We just want to juggle the money. Got it? Got it. Okay, then let me introduce
The game plan.
I have 3 accounts at my disposal. First is my main, second is Glorbo Florbo, and the third is Goonbird. The last 2 got leveled during the time when getting Prime was actually free. All you had to do is reach level 21. So I don't want to hear people whining again in the comments saying, oh, but you gotta pay for Prime. No, I literally did not pay for Prime. Anyway, we have 3 accounts playing about 7 to 8 hours a week, grinding XP for the weekly drops. But what are the weekly drops? Fear not, little potato, let me explain. The weekly drops are a collection of items Valve gives out to you for playing the game every single week, and on an average you can sell these items for about 60 cents per account, meaning with 3 accounts our weekly rate comes down to about €1.80. But just take this number with a grain of salt, because the case prices fluctuated quite a bit during the making of this video, meaning this number is as accurate as an EV projection for a high stakes poker tournament where you only play 7 use of suit for maximum bluff potential. But enough yapping about pointless stuff, let's get to grinding some cases. And this is how the days went by, logging into each account, playing a couple of games on Wednesday and Thursdays, then logging off for the rest of the week. The biggest noteworthy event that happened during this time is Glorbo dropping a weapon case 2 as a rare case drop, for which there is only a 1% chance, and when you hit that 1% chance you can get all of these cases as drops. So I have to admit we got quite lucky with this one, fellas, but the real luck is yet to reveal himself. Cause I will be honest, as much as I liked the armory for making money, at the start of this challenge I couldn't sell my cases and turn them into armory passes from the get-go, and this was due to one thing: lack of time. Cause believe it or not, I actually got a job during the making of this video, and I just kinda pushed this challenge into the abyss for the meantime. But this would all change with summer coming around. I moved back home from uni, and suddenly I had more time on my hands than that one unemployed homie who goes on the craziest side quest at 2 AM on a Tuesday night, meaning it was finally time to sell all of my accumulated case drops as a whole and turn them into armory passes. But then something unaccounted for happened. Something so unlikely, so unbelievable, that it would be better if I just showed it.
Okay, anyway, your fastest week queue quick before they're back.
What the? I got a fiat-tested stratosphere as a drop!
That is fucking ballin'.
By the way, huge thanks to Invalid who let me steal this clip from his Twitch channel. If you want to check him out, link is in the description. But let's address the main stuff. I just dropped a field-tested M4A1 stratosphere with a .015 float, meaning I could sell this bad boy for €30 on the Steam market. And this ungodly find skyrocketed our balance all the way up to €72.31, meaning for the first time when I was able to buy armory passes from my in-game drops, I could already afford 5, which is almost as much as we would need to get a knife and glove combo. But the whole point of this video would have been me abusing this system, so why not do it anyway? With that being said, I bought 5 passes and back into the meat grinder we went. Okay, the next play you will witness is so high level, I had to get a Ficsit level 10 to analyze it for me.
Okay, so after our suspect gets the information that someone is in vents, he moves to ramp. He quickly checks the area for hidden spiderwebs on the ceiling because of his arachnophobia, but after making sure that the crossbeams are implemented securely, he looks at the guy on side, hits him once, and just refuses to elaborate further. He did not inspect the default knife though, so I would say he's not cheating.
Thanks bro, and let's continue with the clips. After spending about 40 hours grinding all the stars out, my mental age deteriorated to the level of a 95-year-old grandpa. But luckily as a YouTuber, my career will be well over before I turn 30, so that should not be a problem I have to worry about. Anyway, what I have to worry about is finding the best drop to redeem for the 200 stars we have accumulated. So into the Excel spreadsheet we go. And after crunching the numbers for a solid 75 seconds, I came back with the mind-boggling idea that I should redeem M4 Avon as Solitudes. With a 1 in 10 chance of them being factory new, it was more than likely we would hit one, because we had enough stars to redeem 8 Solitudes. Meaning our risk of ruin was low enough that I deemed this option the safest and the most profitable. If we can get a singular factory new one, we would already make our money back and the price of the other 7 would be our profit. But even if we get unlucky and miss our payday, we would only lose about 30% of our balance, meaning the end of the video and the fate of our knife and glove combo depended on how lucky I could get with the drops. So without wasting any more time, let's get to redeeming them.
Use. Get. Boom. Ammo. Second one. Boom. Let's see. Factory you.
Tehát őt máshonnan nem tudnak felvenni a skint.
Oh.
Nem.
Nem. Ah.
Úristen, ez
Ez
Boom. Oh. Oh. Factory new.
And there it is, baby! I told you, never doubt the I had a gut feeling method. With 1 factory new and 3 minimal wear solitudes, we were well over the green line. Now the only thing we had to do is wait 1 week and sell all of these rifles alongside with our old knife on float.db and look for a knife and glove combo in that price range. Okay, after a week has passed, it was finally time to sell and see what kind of money we are working with. I listed the Shadow Daggers for 69 euros and it sold instantly, so that was cool. But on the other hand, the Solitudes did not want it to sell. This was a bit worrying, but nothing major to fear, right? After 2 whole days of waiting, not a single one out of 8 sold, and my listings kept getting undercut by other people. I started to panic a bit at this point, so I made a detrimental decision. I could wait here for God knows how long and hope that my rifles sell at some point, or do the absolute gigachat brainrot move and list all of them as a 24-hour auction. After considering for as many seconds as many names the public Epstein list contains, I said fuck it, here we go! Get the crew! Get the cool shot. Get the cool. Get the cool shot. After 24 hours, all the auctions have finished and I was sitting on a bit less money than I would have liked to see. In total, we had about 145 euros to work with. It's not great, but not terrible. So I started bidding and negotiating on a couple of different knife and glove skins. And after 2 to 3 days of Wolf of Wall Street impersonation, I have managed to purchase a field-tested paracord for SDD pad for 73 and a pair of battle-scarred buckshot gloves for 75 euros. If you wonder why the prices don't match, read this. But anyway, I got my knife and glove combo from basically nothing, and this would have been it if I did not felt a bit funky. After playing with the knife and glove for a week, I came to the conclusion that I did not really like the combo all that much, so I put on my backwards cap, fake Rolex and twirly mustache and listed the skins for a little more than what I bought them for. If you ever want to learn how to day trade like me for $10,000 a day, just hit me up on Telegram. I can sell you my course for the low price of $1,000. But anyway, I sold my knife and glove for a nice €6 profit compared to what I bought it for, and sold an additional €6 worth of weekly drops I got in the meantime. Cause believe it or not, due to the 1 week trade reversal update, trading these items around literally took me a month. But I digress. Now we had around €156 on the side, and it was more than enough to put up another set of bids. And after putting my best Facebook Marketplace crook impression on, meaning I sat in my dim lit room for 7 hours a day, lowballing people for a €2 discount, I managed to get my hands on a combo I was finally happy with. I feel like I couldn't have gotten anything better. A pair of needlepoint gloves combined with the rust coat gut knife's handle just works for me. And I don't care what anyone thinks, there will be nothing in this world that could take this achievement away from me. I am gonna kill myself! Okay, jokes aside, I am over it now. 5 stages of grief, my ass! So, just to rub salt in the wounds, let me know in the comments what budget combo you would have gone for, considering today's prices. Oh, and before I forget, this is the knife I bought from the money I earned from working for a couple of months. Maybe getting a job is the way to go. But anyway, I rest my case for now. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hunt me down on the major, and subscribe.